Oh, hello everybody. I will show you how I draw a scroll. Here we go. I've shown you before how I do it roughly. Okay, so now we do our pathway here, as we mentioned before. So we take the distance between these here, distance between here. So we've got this already, like so. And we curve this around here, so you've got the same again here, you see. And you've got this distance here, from here to here. So you know that that's more or less your scroll. So there you need the distance between here and there, which is here. So we've got this shape here. Okay, so what we do what I do when I'm drawing a design, and they've got this rough down like so, and you have this, you take a little bit of blue tack, we call this stuff. My hand's got some graphite on it now, so it'll look a bit dirty. So we rub this across here, and you get your ghosting of your scroll. You see, it's almost, doesn't exactly disappear, but you don't need a pencil rubber for this. So you rub it like that. Now you can see the ghosting there. Then you can come in and correct your line work here. So you can correct all of this like so. So you get a neater line, and you don't have many problems. Alright, so we have this movement like so. So that's created your first backbone of the scroll. I mentioned before we could put a small one in here to fill the gap. So you've got this wider gap here, so we'd need to put a young plant growing on this side here. This one's taken a nice time to grow large, so you've got some smaller offshoots coming from the base. This is a plant. Remember, this is where your seed comes from. And of course, if we've got this again, we could have the other scrolls coming from this side. Right, so I won't actually do this one, but it gives you the formation of the action of the flow of the scroll. You see, it grows like this movement here into an arabesque. Again, you're going to get the same width across here, same across there, here, same across here, same across here. So you can get your scroll without too much worrying about how it comes into the centre, because you've still got the gap there. So you do it here, and you've got the small one here. So you have this shape. Okay, doke. So that's this first way. Now we're going to come into the filling up with the leaves. Oh, we could put another one here to make this. Yes, that fills up like that. So now I'm going to just move the paper slightly to the side here, because this is it looks as though I've, from this angle, you see how it distorts there. You see it becomes more elongated, but it's not really. It's the angle in which you're viewing it. And so now we're bringing this one across here. See, it would have connected here. So this is your first line here. Now we're going to make the head here. Now, I do see people just making a small gap and then filling around here. This is the difference which scrolls make. The people sometimes don't want to do a lot of cutting away in the background, and so you get a different result. So this is rather a thick pencil for a small scroll like this. You see, so it's quite a large. I think I'll use a smaller. Okay, so now we'll fill this in here. I'm doing this first one like that. So you see it touches there, so you can cut again, bring it around here, bring it around here. Right? So we get that. So you get that here. So now you can, if you wanted to come back here just to make sure that forms a nice head. Okay? So now, this is where I'm going to give a more of instruction because you can see a bit larger. So if you cut from there, this is you pretend this pencil lead is the graver, and it's cutting from this here. So you're cutting from there, you're cutting around here. Now you don't cut this in the way, you do this after, but I'm just showing you now. Okay, so now you come back here on this one. This is going to get more of a streamlined look rather than the stodgy scroll. So it's coming round, and now you're coming around here. Now some people leave these and they're scraggy little ends, so either you're going to form a leaf, you can cut it like that and bring another little one in here, so you can cut that, then you later on you'll cut this away, or you can, as you go, it's according to which you want to do. Okay, so now we'll do it here, so we won't take it too close to this. Start it around about here. Okay, I don't know what keeps saying okay, but that's me. So we work this one in here. I'm cutting this black at the moment to cut down on time and to show you what I'm aiming for right from the start. You can cut all these around without cutting the background away, but see, I'm following it the longest way round. Follow it the longest way round. Come up here, right? See, now you formed a head there. Now you want to make these darker to give a contrast. So if I was to cut again, I'm pushing my graver up here and I'm stopping there, right? And I'm coming back here, not touching a line, coming back here, forming this around here, like so, and I've got that. Now that's a round one, see? So now again, I'll start not close, not here, I'll start about here, on there. So it gives me a little passageway here to work from. Stop there, come back here, bring it all the way round, see, long way round, bring it back in there. So you can either do that, and it's got this gap here. Now, you can vary this by doing another shape if you wish. Bring it back here. Here we go again. See now. Now you've got your graver starts here. I mentioned before, this is another style of scroll. No two scrolls always look alike. It's just the way you will put your graver in, the amount of background you're doing, the shape of these. The Germanic and the Austrians have a very narrower gap here, and they spiral it more, and they do more of a spiral inside here, they go round inside here. Now, what you can do here, just to vary this, instead of it all being the same, you could put a little chap over the back here like that, so it makes a variation. You start here, not back there, you see, start here, do that, bring it up here. Now, you were going to go here, we're going way up, we're travelling up there, and then coming back on ourselves, coming back again. We start here, leaving that gap as I mentioned. I keep emphasising this because I've got nothing else to say. Okay, we're going on here again. Yeah. Form another one of these if you like. I will do that. And then we'll put this in. And we do another one here. And we will do, see I mentioned that little head there? Some people make a big clonking head on there. It's not necessary. We can do the smaller one. I mentioned before, and I'll show you later on, how we can vary these inside things. Now we're going to start cutting away with a dark background. See? See the difference it makes? See, now it looks larger. These look larger. They look big here, but as soon as you start putting this black on, they shrink. Just a little bit. Because you've got the contrast. You're not looking through it, you're looking into the darkness behind. And that will emphasise all of these little heads that you put in here. You're cutting away with your graver, or nowadays you've got the vibrator thing that you can stipple this dark in here, which makes it really nice and black. It's different from the traditional way, but we didn't have all that equipment in the past. So we stick to the same old methods, which you can't beat really. So now that one I could either bring something around here. I'll make a larger version later on to show you how you can vary these things. So you can do all this, and you can put shadows, shading in here, and this type of thing. You see, it goes around and around, and you put your shadow and your shading in here. Now, because you're under the microscope, majority of the people now, you can flood these with too much shading. Under the scope it looks perfectly okay, but to the natural eye it starts to get a little bit overpowering, and it gets a block of blackness. So now here we go again. So we still want to make this one similar to inside here. This one was a little bit small in comparison, so we don't need many of these. You only need one. Push your graver up here, bring the head round here, bring it in here, right? And so now you have that head there, so you have this, and then we put a couple of lines down here with the shading, so it pushes this, but a shadow here will push this scroll up to look neat. And a lot of the Austrians and the Germanic style don't use this type of shading very much. It's just one cut. It looks a cut. You see, they do that type of thing. Then we would do maybe some outside work, so I put a little bit more emphasis on there. And you put this here, and then you put another one here. Really, it should be very similar to what's inside here, but if you do the same, it looks a little bit straggy. But that's just giving you a quickie